What's up, guys? Today I'm with my friend Sam Sauls. He's currently in the transfer portal and he's looking for a new school. Today we're going to talk about some mindset goals to help you guys. So first I'm going to ask Sam, what are some of his mindsets for his day-to-day life?
So I think the first thing that I do is when I wake up, I read my goals. And that's really important because you got to stay focused on what you're going to accomplish and what you're working on doing. And so when it comes down to day-to-day life, everything I do is with the intentionality of accomplishing those goals. So whether it's going to work out or going to train or eating, I really try to focus on what I can do to make myself better, but more than that, to make myself and put myself in the best position to accomplish the goals.
So we're going to talk about gratitude. That's something I preach a lot on my channel. So talk a little bit about gratitude.
Yeah, I think it's really important to be grateful for things. Because, there's a lot of stuff that people end up taking for granted in life. But more than that, I would say that when you realize everything in your life is a miracle, that means anything can happen. And that is, hopefully a good thing. It's like, if I woke up today with the ability to walk and talk and speak and do all these things, which realistically really are a miracle, then I can do anything. There's an unlimited amount of miracles that can happen for me because everything is a miracle.
So Sam, how do you keep purpose in your life every single day?
I think the first part of that is recognizing who I am and why I'm here and who gave me that opportunity. And when I say that, that's God. Like, God gave me the opportunity. God gave me the life. And obviously, if, the master of the universe who created the trees and the oceans and the mountains and the universe, if he gave me the opportunity to live, then I have to give back. I have to accomplish whatever my purpose is. And so when I walk through, and life throws whatever it can, I always remember that it's important to just continue working. Things work out.
That's right.
That's what it is when it comes down to purpose. Purpose is a funny thing because it's hard to find and it's hard to master, but you really have to put the effort in. And that's where it starts. Everything in life takes effort, especially finding your purpose. And accomplishing your purpose takes even more effort than necessarily finding it.
So what's your advice on finding your purpose?
I think it's really important to take a look and evaluate about who you are, right? Like, what makes you you? What's the situation that you were brought into life? How were you brought into this world? What are your skills? And you may not be super gifted at any one thing, but it's the agglomeration of those things that makes you unique. So you may not be the best at one thing, but you can be okay at it. If you're okay at three things and you figure out how to synthesize that into one thing, I think that's a good way to help you accomplish your purpose. Because there are always going to be other people that are going to be better than you in one area. But they're never going to be better than you in the areas put together.
And lastly, we're just going to talk about self-belief. How do you believe in yourself?
I think first and foremost, belief in myself is not so much a belief in me, it's a belief in God. And what do I mean by that? I mean that if God created me, then God can make me into anything. And if I put the effort towards working and showing God that I'm worth it, worth the investment, then I'll succeed. And it's just as simple as that. But it's all about understanding who your creator is and the infinite amount of possibilities that he's given you and can give you if you're willing to work towards it.
Got to build the vessel, right?
Absolutely. More than build the vessel, you got to pass the tests. So, like, a lot of times people look at self-doubt. Self-doubt is a test because if you're willing to quit, then maybe you're not worth having whatever you want, right? Like, if you go through something and you finally get it, and while you're in it, you quit, what's the point of having it? Why did God just give it to you? And so sometimes we got to take a look and look at ourselves and our own self-doubt and realize we just have to conquer that in order to accomplish our goals, because God's not going to give you something if you're not worthy of having it.
Amazing words here from Sam Sauls. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.